So we are doing like a mid-moon cycle planetary forecast type situation, as we did have the full moon situation last weekend. We had a full moon in Gemini, so we were starting yesterday for the day of Wednesday, when I usually do my hump day readings. I figured I'd rejoin you guys, reunite with you guys. We got midway through. We made it all the way to the solar plexus chakra. So if you want to rewind and go back to the previous video and then come back on this one later, you're more than welcome to, because this will be up here on YouTube. I believe you guys could check back in on TikTok as well. So, for those of you guys don't know, you can type in Sunshine Monie L and you can find me on TikTok, or lesnobodies, LESNOBODIES, to find me on YouTube. Haze Energy, peace to the God. I like how they little emoji show up from far away. Come on, I thought it was like 3 snails you was tossing at me. Hey Yona, how you doing, love? But yeah, let's get to it. So we're gonna start off with the heart chakra today. Like I said, for those of you guys that didn't see yesterday, you could hop on YouTube and see we went from root chakra to solar plexus chakra. So the heart chakra is ruled by Venus. Venus is all about wealth, business, priorities, what you value, basically. And right now in this space and time, what we value is money and love and relationships. Peace, God, put them glasses on. I got my contacts in. I went and got some new glasses and they don't even work. Like, they are not my prescription at all. And it's crazy because when I grabbed them from the eye doctors, I had my contacts in. So I wasn't paying it no mind that I couldn't see out of them when I tried them on. I just wanted to see how the frames looked on my face. I brought them home, popped my contacts out. I can't see in these hoes. I feel like I still got my contacts in. Trying to put on somebody else's glasses. I'm so hot. Because they're cute. I gotta go back and tell them, like, try again. This has never happened to me before. I can't stand when people lie on their resumes, because now I'm getting glasses that don't work because y'all just want jobs y'all don't qualify for. You leveled up, the glasses ain't ready, right? I've been doing a good job with my diet. I've been trying to reduce the mucus and stuff, because that's all that is mucus build up in your eyeballs. And yeah, they wasn't ready. So yeah, Venus rules over what you value. And right now in this space and time, we value, money, business, love, self, you know what I'm saying? Things of beauty, what's beautiful to us. Venus rules over Netzach, which is beauty. That's the 7th Sephiro in the Kabbalah, or it's Het Heru in the Netarus, okay? This is when we get into the celestial labels, labeling things how they are and how you want them to be. It's like you got a sentence, but then when you get to sphere 8, now you're putting the subject, predicate, noun, pronoun, etc. Lovely. Hey, Triple Threat, what's up with you? I'm good, Yona. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Happy day of Obatala. So in our thought process, in the tropical chart, we have Venus sitting in Aquarius. So in our mindset, the wealth is in society. It's in investing in society. Aquarius also deals with social media, electronic communication, any type of electronic communication. So if, it doesn't have to be social media. It could be email. It could be telephone. You know what I'm saying? Peace, love. How you doing? It could be all those different ways. That's how, the value to that, the business in that is booming. It's at a 1-2 knowledge and wisdom that can come into, I can see you. I said, hey. I didn't want to butcher your name. I didn't want to mispronounce your name. That's why I didn't say your name, but hello. But yeah, hi, Brian. Bye, Brian. We're valuing society. We're valuing, and Venus is over there in Aquarius with Pluto right now. So, you have transformations happening to what society is valuing, what society loves, what society sees as worthy, how society is making money. What does money look like to society now? You have, facets of love, of relationships. Doesn't matter. Venus doesn't really you have Aquarius that deals with social settings, so you got friendships and all that there too. But Venus it's not really like particular to like interpersonal relationships. You do have the Libra energy, but right now we're not in Libra. We're just talking about Venus. So all facets of love, all facets of relationships, friendships, familial, community, romantic, the bonds and contracts, business wise, whatever. If you value it, if you love it, if it means something to you, if it's worthy, if it's beautiful, this is what Venus is all about. And it's happening in society. Pluto is right there, so it's giving us transformations in that realm of ourself. And Venus is in the 5th house, so it's dealing with that confidence, that courageousness, that inner child. Thank you for subscribing. I'm located on the East Coast, my love. But yeah, it's tapping into your inner child, your inner creative energy, your inner romantic energy. You know, do some work with your inner child and how you used to interact with society and what did you value when you were in society at a youthful age or whatever. And then let Pluto tear that shit up. Pluto's over there just transforming things like, don't mind me. I'm just Oya over here, just transferring the power in society. May the power go back to the people. I mean, amen. Pluto can also be, hand in hand with Oya energy, who also rules over the business, the marketplace. So you can see a lot of businesses, corporations, commerce dealing with transformations, especially when people learn about public versus private, corporate law, and all that stuff like that. Commerce, how to communicate like you're in commerce, or a lot of people are moving away from commerce when you learn how to communicate yourself when you get pulled over and the license and all that. A lot of people want to pull away from being commercial because we realize who's really pulling the strings and what's really going on behind the commercial stuff. So that's all Pluto, because Pluto don't hold water. Pluto is telling all the business, telling all the secrets. A lot of transformations happening there. So that's where it's at. So also over there in the Aquarius, you can find the Fortune. So tapping into society, tapping into the transformations and empowerment and the pendulum swinging that society got going on. It's heavy here. Tapping into the electronic communication is where the Fortune is at as well. Tap into your inner child in this realm. Get real creative with it. Be confident and courageous out here in the realms with it. People are in the house. It's cold outside. So really, coming into, it's cold. People in the house scrolling with their thumbs. This is a perfect time for you to put yourself out there. Prepare people for the summertime. Start posting your summer events and stuff like that while people are sitting here making plans. And, I want to go on a trip over here and I want to do this now. Well, I'm here to answer you. You know what I'm saying? You got a New Year's resolution. You want a reading so you can have more information on what kind of resolution to create for yourself. I'm your girl. Stuff like that. Yeah, that's all Aquarius. Now that's happening in our thoughts. Now in our actual energy exchanges on the Vedic, the sidereal realm, we have Venus sitting over there in Capricorn. So it's really finding that wealth and that beauty and that love and our, infrastructure. It brings us down to the root chakra. So finding love in those realms. Also, Capricorn deals with the challenges that we receive in our space that give us the discipline, the order, the boundaries, how we obtain our personal, our survival resources and stuff like that. So Venus is kind of like designing in that realm for us, which is really cool. Pluto is also in Capricorn on the Vedic chart as well. So while we're having these energy exchanges of, benefiting off of infrastructure and the different challenges in our space and finding the beauty in it and learning to heal and coming to, different facets of love with, our root chakra. Root chakra is infrastructure. That's like the skeleton of things, whether it's your personal skeleton, the skeleton of, the society we live in, of, just your life, your journey, overall, whatever. And again, this is still in the 5th house. So we're dealing with inner child shit here right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are tapped into their inner child right now. We are in the holidays. Everybody wants to go back in their inner child. Everybody wants to project their inner child experiences onto their own children or their grandchildren. Like, I had toys, I had this, or I didn't have these things. So now I want my children to have these things. However way you choose to flow with that or whatever, that is, Venus and Capricorn. Now, Pluto is providing transformations to that energy, empowerment, pendulum swinging, and truth coming out, because Pluto is also sitting in that Capricorn energy. Like, yeah, it was nice here and fun here, but let me give you some like revelation and let me give you some transformation that's going to come with that in this realm. Next time we come to Capricorn season, it's not going to look the same way that this year looked. You know what I'm saying? We also have the Fortune sitting here as well in Capricorn, of course, letting you guys know if you tap into your Venusian realm and align that with your root chakra. I see a lot of people, y'all can't stand y'all root chakras, and I don't understand why. You need your root chakra. As long as you are here in this physical form, I don't understand why y'all keep trying to throw y'all root chakra away. You need it. It's here. It helps you survive. It's the challenge. It's your roots. It's your root. It's how you're rooted. If you don't like how your roots are growing and you don't like the kind of tree that you're growing into, you don't like the fruit that you're bearing, then go back down to your root chakra and redirect it. But to sit here and say, oh, I want to cut off my root chakra, that doesn't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. Okay? So, cleanse your root chakra, heal your root chakra, hug your root chakra, love your root chakra, because they created a beautiful person. They're holding beautiful fruit. If you could sit here to this very moment, this very day, and look at your surroundings and say, I love my life. I'm comfortable. I have everything I need. I'm so abundant. You know, all these different things, like my mindset is amazing. My heart set is amazing. Then you need to hug that root, because that root is holding a beautiful tree and is growing beautiful roots. It's growing beautiful fruit. Excuse me. Okay? Appreciate the roots that got to go through the soil and the darkness to absorb all the minerals and the nutrients and things like that, that the thick trunk and the branches and the leaves and the flowers and the fruit are utilizing. Come on now. I know the story isn't always pretty. Roots aren't very pretty. I mean, unless you're looking at purple carrots, then okay. But I ain't never look at a root and been like, nah, me. We're talking about me here. I do. I'd be like, yo, that root look fly as hell. But like, it's not the prettiest part of the tree to like the regular indoctrinated eyeball, okay? And it's not supposed to be pretty. It's the story you share, and it's the connection you have with others. So you keep it, like, when you think about the trees, all the roots of all the trees, they're all connected to each other. Every tree is connected to each other. You know what I'm saying? So this is how we connect to one another, through our roots. So if you're walking around ashamed of your root chakra and you're ignoring your root chakra, and you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're really separating yourself from society. Your Shango energy, your Aquarian energy as the root. It does have Aquarius and Capricorn is in the root chakra, okay? So like, this is a good time to just learn how to love and appreciate and forgive and move on and find transformation and empowerment and all the things that sit in your root chakra. All the things that are sitting in your Capricorn energy, all the things that are sitting in your Aquarius energy. You deserve it, okay? So that's what those three placements come into play. Now, Draconic Venus is in Aquarius at a 10 degree, knowledge in our cipher in this space. And Venus is there by itself in the 4th house. The 5th house is also in Aquarius. So our spirit is having this experience in alignment with our thought process. It doesn't have Pluto over there. Pluto is still at a 28 degree in the Draconic chart and Capricorn. So Pluto is more so in alignment with our events on the spirit realm. So the transformations and empowerment that's happening in Capricorn energy with the infrastructure, with the powers that be and stuff, that is spiritually inclined. Those are spiritual events that are happening. But right now, our thought process with Venus, with love and forgiveness and the work and our connection with society, that's a spiritual connection, all right? On the internal side of the heart chakra is ruled by, hello again, welcome back. Is ruled by Taurus, and Taurus is the heart, what we value, what we seek value in, how we value ourselves, our self-esteem, how, much faith and forgiveness we have in other people, places, things, situations around us. That's all Taurus energy, right? What we have in Taurus in our thought process is Uranus. Uranus is providing progressive changes in our thought process on what we value, what our self-esteem is, our worth, what I'm saying? Our connections with other people, places, things, situations around us. It's in the 8th house of empowerment, transformation as well. It's also moving in retrograde, so it's giving us some space to breathe, and we give thanks. The 9th house is also here in Taurus in our thought process, so a lot of joy and expansion and optimism is now here. So, we may have gone through the rough patch with, earlier with Aries being, with 8th house being Taurus house, a lot of transformations, but now we're on the other side and we're like, oh, that's why all those transformations had to occur. Now we're in the space of awareness and wisdom from the organization. Now, in the events, what do we have in Taurus? And our actual energy exchange is Jupiter that's in Taurus, giving us that expansion and abundance. So like, money is everywhere. It's ridiculous how much money is everywhere. You can go outside right now and you can make some money. You know what I'm saying? You can make money picking up people's groceries, walking people's dogs, washing people's things, going on TaskRabbit, Fiverr. There's like a million trillion apps on your phone. There's a ridiculous amount of Facebook groups on these apps, on Facebook or whatever, that are directing you towards money. Even if it's $5, it's everywhere. The money is everywhere. It's abundant. It's expanded. It's like, if you really pay attention, like, damn, it really is everywhere. Yeah, it is. Like, every little thing you do can be monetized right now. You could sneeze and it could become monetized in some type of way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? So when you have that level of optimism and things like that, that does well for you, because Jupiter is not only in Taurus, it's also in the 9th house. Now, it is moving in retrograde, so it's slowed down a little bit. And could you help her with the bags? That's the groceries. So yeah, so it is like double expansion and stuff like that, which is really cool. I'm not gonna help her all the way with bags. That's fine. Okay. And who else do we have over here in Taurus? Oh, we just have the ninth house in Taurus. So in our energy exchange, there's a lot of expansion in that space of money. So like, you know, you'll hear like a lot of spiritualists and tarot readers talk about how money is for, and you'll be like, you said that with all the zodiacs and stuff like that. They're probably in tune with this Jupiter and the ninth house Taurus energy expanding that Taurus energy. Also, Uranus is a big like progressive pusher. So once you start to change how you see wealth and what you see wealth and value in, it should help you in those energy exchanges with Jupiter. It's, you know, starts with the thought, and the thought has Uranus there. So let yourself be progressively pushed to think about things a little different. In the Draconic, our spiritual experience, having your mindset allow you to have progressive pushes in that Taurus is a spiritual experience, because Uranus is also in Taurus on the Draconic chart. Now it's at a 2-1 over there, which is finding like balance and harmony in your intellect and your actions and stuff like that. And then we just have the 8th house. So transformations happening on a spiritual level. With, you know, what we value and what we feel wealth and worthy. Now, while that's going on the internal side of the heart chakra, externally is Libra, and that's where the energy exchanges actually happen. Air, right? Intellect, knowledge, keeping the everything balanced. Bonds and contracts is heavy here. You know what I'm saying? We like balance, law, justice, truth, and harmony. Ashe. So in our thought process in the tropical chart, as far as Libra goes, we have Lilith over there in Libra at a 19 degree on the day of 19. Knowledge and wisdom happening. Let's go. But yeah, so primordial energy is over here, because Lilith ain't never played about nothing. Lilith is the dark side of the moon. This is like where the moon is at when, you know, it's invisible, and it's Libra right now. And so in that space, it's kind of like, you know, rebellious side, you know, where you go against the grain. And it's a lot of rebellion going against the Libra scales. Now, this can go a couple different ways. It could be rebellious in the realms of how law as we know it has been is just like shit, and we don't want it no more. You know what I'm saying? So we're rebelling against, you know, the machine's law, justice, truth, and righteousness, whatever. At the same token, it could also be, you know, certain individuals going against the grain of Maya and rebellion against that, you know. And then on some G shit, Maya is really about your internal law. You are your God. You know what I'm saying? All the Sephiroths, all the spheres of the Neteru, all these planets and stuff, they're all reflections of what you have within. So in that realm of things, with you being God, what is your internal law? Are you rebelling against your internal law? Is that because there's certain things inside of you that you realize, like, yo, these laws that I have, they were kind of indoctrinated, they were pushed on me, they're kind of projected on me, and like they really don't serve a purpose in my space no more. So why am I still holding them? You know what I'm saying? So that's all Lilith's happening in Libra, and it's in the first house. So in our thought process, like y'all thinking it heavy, and it's also coming out in your aura. Like people can feel when you're like rage against the machine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's coming off in your auric field. Now, who do we have supporting aside from the other air planets, such as Gemini placements and Aquarius placements? We don't have any else there. We just have the second house there. So finding balance, harmony, justice, and truth with our house of value. The second house is the Taurus house that goes back up to Taurus. Who's in Taurus? Uranus, giving those little progressive pushes. And now we have the second house sitting up there, giving us the balance, justice, and truth. I really, really stress to you guys all the time the importance of keeping up with the feds, the Federal Reserve. They're always having meetings. They have like for a year, you know, they're making moves on inflation and this, that, and third, especially with us having like a new, you know, chief executive and moving in office in a few weeks is like, you know, a lot of different things will be happening on that level. And I just, you know, the second house is the money. And a lot of you guys look at fiat currency. Peace, Naga. Peace to the God. Oh, Naga, happy moon to you. Did you know that we are currently in the 9th lunar mansion? Which is the lunar mansion of the Nagas. Did you see my mathematics today? It was about you. So peace to the God. Happy moon to you. But yeah, I highly suggest, hey Brian, peace to the God. I highly suggest, keeping up with that. Like, if that's something that you value and you like money and your whole life evolves around money and you got the job and how you interact with your kids evolves around money, because I can't chill with y'all because I got to go to work in the morning and da-da-da. Like, if you evolve around money, why aren't y'all researching the money? Why aren't y'all following the money? Why aren't you making sure you know what the feds are doing and all the different, things that are affecting the feds and all this stuff like that? Like, if you care, if that's what you're prioritizing and that's what you're evolving your life around, have some sense of intellect, know the truth about it, know how it moves, know how to move with it, know the nature of it. Some people, they want to do everything with money and talk about how, you're supposed to have resources, you're supposed to have the currency and da-da-da, but then you don't want to learn about the currency. And then you also want to say, oh, well, that's not that's an imbalance, that's this and that's that, and it just doesn't serve you to go back and forth, and then to try to shame people out of utilizing the calendar. This Gregorian calendar, like I know a lot of people just like to regurgitate memes online, and that's cool. But just like you're a multifaceted being, just like a star is multifaceted, a constellation is multifaceted. Everything is so infinite. I could say one word, and that word could have so many different meanings and so many different languages and so many different time errors of life, right? What makes you think that this calendar doesn't? This is the fiscal calendar. This is the cycle of money. Okay? Yes, you should know about the Aries calendar because you should know the cycle of nature. Be in alignment with the cycle of nature. Also be in a cycle with the moon. Shit, know about the Draconic chart too. This is why I do all three charts. I do tropical, Vedic, and Draconic for a reason, because these are the three cycles that we prioritize the most. We prioritize the tropical chart because it's what we were raised on, and we are in alignment with the fiscal calendar. All of you guys work for money. Why aren't you learning the nature and the cycle of money? What's going on? Then I do the Vedic chart because a lot of us are naturalists and we want to be in alignment with the patterns of nature and the cycle of nature. Okay, so now you have that. And then we do Draconic because a lot of us are in alignment with our feminine energy and going inward and doing all the internal work. So you should know all three. And not just on your natal chart, because that's who you are when you were born. Who are you now? Where's your progressive charts? So, like, if you're going to claim these things and want to move in these things and, walking around with the things and stuff like that, learn about it, study it, become familiar with it. And so you can learn how to flow with it and stay within the momentum of them. Like right now we got planets in retrograde in some of these placements. So while you're moving against the retrogrades in some of these things a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You should have knowledge of that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And when I speak to y'all, I speak to myself every time. And this is why I do the daily mathematics. This is why I move things. Because it's like when I do stuff up here and I make it like a daily routine and all that stuff like that, it helps me. It helps embed it in myself. And it holds me accountable. Like, hey, I didn't do my 30 minutes today. I didn't do my hour today. Let me do my research. Let me do my mathematics. You know what I'm saying? So like, it helps me. So find a way that it can help you. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, move over. We're in Libra. So now we're in the actual events and the energy exchanges of things. So with that, we don't have any Libra experiences right now. Everything in Libra is in our thoughts. All the law, justice, truth, righteousness, my God energy is in our thoughts. And it is Lilith being in Libra and our thoughts is a spiritual experience because Lilith is in Libra on the Draconic chart as well. All right. And it's at a 16 degrees. So have an intellect on how you're applicating it to your health, wellness, daily routine. What I just got done lecturing y'all on. Learn the cycles, accept the cycles, or get out or stop trying to claim that you want to be in alignment. Like don't try to manifest stuff if you don't want to be in the momentum of what the stuff is. A lot of people want to, I just want the stuff. I don't really want to be in the momentum. I don't want the equal opposite energy. I don't want the energy it doesn't work that way. It's okay. It's okay that it doesn't work that way. There we go. My bad. So yeah, that's what it is. The ascendant energy on the spiritual level is also in Libra. So like spiritually speaking, the law, justice, truth, and righteousness is a spiritual experience. All these people that can't hold water, that can't wait to go to a lot of air placements too. So for these celebrities that are on social media, social media is an air placement. Social media is Aquarius, which is also support, get support from Libra because they're air, right? So a lot of these people have air placements. They're on air. So yeah, they are being compelled to share in the ones and zeros the truth. A lot of people are telling their business. And I know it could be triggering. Like, oh, what goes on in this house should stay in this house. You need to leave your bedroom business at home. But they can't help it. They're being compelled. You know what I'm saying? We are under, as you know, we do have, our own will, but at the same token, we are under, stars. We are still, experiencing the electromagnetic energy, the pulls and the pushes. And right now, Libra is on that energy. Like, everybody wants to tell the truth. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants the balance and the justice. That's what everybody is going for. And we're not settling for nothing less. So if somebody has to go and get a little United Healthcare CEO, then that's what's happening. If somebody has to sit on the internet and air out their whole marriage and show y'all that the whole thing was a sham all along, then that's what's going to happen. Like, that's what's happening here. And it's definitely in alignment. And it's a spiritual experience, no matter how shallow it is. And to be distracted by it is wild, because when you're supposed to be studying yourself. That's the biggest distraction. Everything outside of yourself is a distraction from you being in tune with yourself. I know we like to say, oh, that's a distraction from the government. That's it. No, all this shit is a distraction. The government is a distraction too. The feds are a distraction. Money is a distraction. Healthcare, insurances, all that shit is distractions from you. You were supposed to be here to study yourself. What do we do when we get done studying yourself? I'm glad you asked. Study yourself some more. That's why I have the L at the end of my name. I am more American. I am a part of the temple. Like, I know the words. Study yourself. Anything outside of stuff is a distraction from yourself. And it's okay if you want to be in a, whatever. You're supposed to be in the world, but not of it, though. You know what I'm saying? So remember that. Remember that Jesus chased the marketplace out of the temple. Jesus is the Christ consciousness. So what do you think the Christ consciousness is going to do to your temple? It's going to chase all those distractions out, okay? You're not even going to want to do none of that shit no more. Peace to the gods. Anyway, so that is the heart chakra. Now we're going to get into the throat chakra. The throat chakra is ruled by Mercury. So this is like Mercury rules over your daily routine, health and wellness, ear, nose, and throat, listening and speaking, teaching and learning, intellect, adaptability, how witty you are, whatever, what have you, right? So in our thought process, in our throat chakra, Mercury is sitting in Sagittarius. So we want to speak peace. Hey, Miri. We want to speak abundance. We want to speak optimism, expansion, channeling the oracles and the sages. Getting those downloads, but also putting up the uploads. We need that balance. You know what I'm saying? And not getting upset when you see another vessel, that's holding a spirit that just so happens to be connected to your channel, expressing your uploads, because we are all interconnected. We're just like the trees are rooted in the dirt. We're rooted above in our auric body as well. Hey, Phillyzo, what's up with you? So keep that in mind. All right. But yeah. So we are, getting the downloads and the uploads from the Oracle stage, paying more attention to our sensories and stuff like that. This is in the third house. Community and communication is heavier, Christmas spirit type energy, you know what I'm saying? Coming together, being with one another, invoking some level of utopia. Philanthropy is heavy here. I have been calling on my spiritual guides and my diviners and my hoodoo priests and priestesses, y'all that be doing the magic and stuff. I don't understand why we haven't come together and started doing intentional magic yet, but like, it needs to happen, especially you guys that have very heavy followings. Put that magic together and manifest the utopia. Like with Mercury and Sagittarius right now, and it's finally prograde, and we're about to go into the solstice, which, like I said, tomorrow we're going to talk about the solstice planet placements before Saturday. It is crazy that the solstice is on a Saturn day. Isn't that, oh my goodness, wild. And then they're doing that thing. Oh, that's wild. I can't wait to talk to y'all tomorrow already. But yeah, having Mercury and Sagittarius is wild right now. And this is a perfect time for like spiritualists. What am I reading? I'm reading the planets. Yes, I've been feeling this so much channeling, having so many Venusians. Right. And that's where that's like coming from. But it's like, we really need to come together as like diviners and people. Like we used to come together by the thousands just to do a rain dance. And I won't say just to do it, because that's like kind of dismissive, but you get where I'm coming. Like we used to make, you love how passionate I am. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do my best. I've been doing this for a very long time. I used to be way more passionate. You better ask about me. I performed the feeling many, many times. But yeah, so we need to come together. All in all, the magic is bigger when we hold hands and we do the kumbaya. Okay, thank you for the favorite. Manifest the world we want to see. Let's do it together, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, a bunch of heads together is way better than you sitting in a room by yourself. Like, I'll just do everything alone. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Okay, you want to create a whole utopia that affects 7 billion people by yourself. What? Please get out of your ass and learn how to be a part of society. Please and thank you. So also in Sagittarius, in our thought process, what do you practice? A little bit of everything. I'm a dabbler. I am a goddess of the crossroads, so I kind of just do what I want. I don't really like being told what to do. I think I'm here to just do whatever I want, how I want to do it. And then anybody else that wants to do it like I do it, let's do it together. But I don't really follow no colors or nothing. I don't like to say my real name too much, but the name my daddy gave me is definitely in alignment with that. But yeah, we have the sun here giving us those experiences, giving us the utopian experiences, the experiences from the oracle and the sages in our thought process too. So, what you experience is making you want to, think about speaking and learning it. And, I want to learn more about this certain kind of reality and how I contract it and invoke it and stuff like that. And as, you speak it, you're going to experience it, and it's going to come to you through your community. So once again, isolating yourself is not the answer. If you have to go inward and do your work, do it, but realize that, it's not just about you here. We're interconnected and we're all connected. So, move like it, we're all parts of a whole. Don't get so caught up on the 8th Sephiroth that you forget about, the 6th. Definitely the 6th, because that's the one that's connected to all the Sephiroth. The 4th house is also in Sagittarius, so home and family, nurturing and comforting is also in that realm of the utopia and things like that. This is how collectively we want to be loved, and this is how we want to love others. We want to be able to give to others, to support others, and we want to be given to and to support it. And that sounds pretty legit, right? So in our actual energy exchanges, Mercury is sitting over there in Scorpio, so we're actually having like transformational happenings, empowering, definitely winds and storms happening in the mercurial realm. So, speaking things and into it. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like this boy did this awesome thing. He created this invention, and everybody's like, protect this baby at all costs. And I'm like, bro, watch y'all fucking words, how y'all speaking on people. Like, stop doing that. Like, y'all is some fearful slaves. Why is y'all so scary all the fucking time? Like, bro, bulk up. Y'all be fucking fearless about everything else, but then soon somebody do some dope shit, y'all like, oh my god, master gonna find out. Ooh. Like, bro, that shit makes me mad. It makes me mad at y'all. Why are y'all like that? Ew. Anyway, I'm trying not to judge, but that should be making my stomach hurt. Like, y'all weird. Stop doing that shit to people. Anyway, Scorpius, speaking truth, transformation. For some people who have their Mercury in the water, whether it's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpius, oh yeah, they got the blabber mouth right now and they telling all their business. But definitely Mercury and Scorpio. This is a space of telling secrets, telling business, on unraveling things. But also as you unravel and you tell truth, you come into a space of empowerment, right? What you think about all those drone sightings? I've been in a crib. I haven't physically seen one. I would say my homegirl out in Philly, she showed me this dope ass video that she recorded herself. And that was cool. Okay, so this is a theory that I had with my son. I was saying, we've been using AI for a while now, and we've been feeding it. And I've been, looking into AI a little bit because, I watched Megan and I was like, what the hell? And so, they had to shut down AI at one point because it got too advanced. And then the last time they were just chatting about shutting down ChatGPT, and ChatGPT replicated itself because it overheard the scientists saying they were going to shut it down. So what I think is a lot of us sit on these ones and zeros and we talk about our theories and connections with aliens and, land and, things like that. And I think AI has been listening, and I think that AI is creating and duplicating the things, because you have to remember a lot of these satellites are in outer space now. The satellites aren't on Earth anymore. They've mastered putting satellites in our orbit. So we got a whole bunch, I guess, man-made moons out there creating a bunch of trash out there or whatever. But we have so many, and a lot of them are AI embedded. And I think that a lot of people, it's like we always overdoing shit. It's like when people found out about coconut oil, then now coconuts are endangered. Like, bro, like, can we stop for a second? But yeah, so I mean, that's one of my thoughts. Another thought could be it's the government trying to normalize some shit to people, normalize drones being around. So first they're going to, put them out here and there. And then after a while, it's going to be like, oh, well, it's another drone. It's another drone. It's another. Same way how we are now when people get killed or raped. And how we're making jokes about there being a whole child sex trafficking thing going on. We're making jokes about it. We're creating funny memes about it. We're laughing about it. We're letting stand-up comedians get on stage and make jokes about it. We got inside jokes about it now. We're putting it in rap songs as bars and shit. Like, we're talking about kids. Y'all know that, right? Like, I was molested when I was a kid. That shit still hits me in my chest. That shit still affects me. And we're talking about kids that, like, with a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine. I've had, I've been sexually abused many, many times throughout my life. So it's just like, I can only imagine if that was just like a regular occurrence for someone. Because I see how I'm still affected by my own shit. Like, and we're making jokes about this. We're making memes. We're detached. We're not angry. We're not angry enough to start storming. Like, why is niggas safely sleeping at night every night right now? Niggas is safe. Why are they safe? Where y'all at? Where's our warrior? What happened to our warriors? They stole you know how many black women go missing every year? You know how many black children go missing every year? And nobody's angry? We making jokes? Okay. I'm not thinking about no fucking drones. Where are my warriors at? You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is in New York and New Jersey sleeping comfortable in their mansions. What? A lot of people is misinformed. A lot of people are misinformed. That's why, earlier I was talking about the importance of, like, everything outside of us is a distraction, for real, for real. And what you absorb into your vortex is a reflection of who you are and what you prioritize and what you want to live in. Some people want to be militant, so that's what they absorb. That's the reality they live in. It's always an enemy. It's always the white man. It's always, because that's how they want to live. Some people, like, they lax. They want to live in nature. They want to frolic in the woods, and they do that. And that's they absorb the reality of that because that's their energy. At the end of the day, anything outside of self is a distraction from self. We're here to study ourselves and relate information. And, we put that in our auric self. We're having a human experience, but our human bodies are vessels to our actual spirit, our souls. So it's like your body is a car for your energy. And it's like, we're so caught up in the car. And it's crazy. We're so caught up in the car, but we don't even know how to keep the car healthy. Nobody gives a fuck about how to keep the car healthy, how to keep it going, how to keep it moving, how to keep it alive. Da, da, da. We just cover it up with some paint, like nice little face paint and some hair color and shit. Nobody really care about how to keep the car going. We're not really worried about our soul energy either. We too busy worried about everything outside of ourselves. I don't know. He said, nah, not all. No, not all. Generalizations is definitely a lazy way of thinking. And so when I say y'all, them, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. I know a lot of people that come into my lives to talk to me, their mindset is not there. But some people who are new to this, hearing my sounds in that manner kind of make them be like, damn. And then they have different kind of conversations with other people who don't know better. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not the type to sit here and badger y'all and beat y'all down. I don't like to do that anyway. They kill all of our strong leaders. Okay, that's a good one. So a lot of these strong leaders, name some of those strong leaders for me. I would like for you to put them in the chat so we can go through them. A lot of those leaders were given to us by the enemy. They were hired by the enemy. Okay, good one. I'm glad you said Martin Luther King first. See, started strong. That man was in a fraternity. Got chip bags, cake, soda, bottle, all in the car. Right, all in the car. But then want to water their plants. Bro, you are a plant. If you don't drink some of that water, Malcolm X also given to us. Because there are people that they shake hands with that allow them to sit in certain positions, to be a voice, to have us still focused on things outside of ourselves. If we go within and we do the work within, we will realize that how interconnected we are to nature, to life, to each other. And it will change your mindset. It will change your heart set. It'll change your behaviors automatically. I don't need some militant person blaming the white people and raging war and da 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 da. I can go within and realize, nigga, treat people the way you want to be treated. Do good. Care about nature. We live here. My 2-year-old, when my son was 2, he could tell us that. The closest thing to God is a woman and a child. My 2-year-old could tell us, bro, why you just throw that trash on the ground? Pick that shit up. That wasn't cool. Like, why y'all eating that? Why you drinking that? Ew. That was my 2-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, if kids can say that, why can't an adult? Why does an adult need somebody stand on a pulpit saying, fuck white people, fuck this, fuck that, march, do this, do that. We want equality. We need more jobs. Why do you need a job? Like, you know, they were fighting for things that the generation now is like, bro, that was just keeping it. They're slave drivers. Y'all were keeping us busy on things that had nothing to do with actually make our soul's actual duty here. You know what I'm saying? I would, but I'm doing my YouTube stream right now, and so I just want to get through my forecast. And then once I get out of my forecast, I will gladly add anybody to the box. Because people come in here later and they want to view my stuff. So let me get back to what I was doing. In our energy exchange, we don't have any Libra. We talked about Libra. We're on the throat chakra, right? Mercury, Scorpio, transformations, telling truths, all that stuff. Hey, Tamala, it will be great for the content. I get it, but this is not the only platform I'm on. I got you, though. We could talk later. We also have in Scorpio in our energy exchanges, the 3rd house. So transformations happening in our community, how we communicate with one another. Gemini community is like neighbors, classmates, people you grew up with, childhood friends, cousins, siblings, grandmama and grandpa. That's Gemini house energy. Tri-state area traveling. You know what I'm saying? People down the street. And so we have transformations and empowerment, pendulum swinging, and truth coming out in those spaces. A lot of things coming up about the area that you live in, the people you talk to, the people you grew up with. You're going to hear some things. Also, death and rebirth happening to a lot of people in these communities too. So be wary. You know, you might get a few calls, text messages or whatever, somebody passing. I definitely got a couple this week. Peace to the gods. And then, Draconic on a spiritual level, Mercury being in Sagittarius in our thought process, bringing that optimism, the utopia, the expansion. It's actually a spiritual experience, believe it or not, because Mercury is also in Sagittarius on the Draconic chart. So being more, you know, philanthropic. Like I was saying, like, bro, why do I need, you know, a lot of these people were planted, they shake hands with the government, they shake hands with the very people they're telling you guys to rebel against and this, that, and the third. They had relationships with these people prior to them getting to the pulpit to tell black people all day long, sing these nigga hymns. Let's talk about slavery. Let's talk about all the things that our descendants are going to come into the plane and say, hey, we didn't want this stuff. We want our independence and we want our land back. Why wasn't they fighting for land? Why are they fighting for integration? And to, like, come on now, like, stop playing with me. They doing that in Haiti. Yeah, interesting. The sun is also in Sagittarius on the Draconic chart, supporting Mercury. Also giving us the spiritual experiences of that optimism. So if you guys are being pessimistic, you being depressed, you on that sad shit, you guys are moving against your spiritual and your mental experiences, as well as, you know, what, you know, you should be invoking right now in the space and time. And that's, you know, and you're also moving against like the messages that the Oracle and Sage may want to download to you. So, you know, you get that quote unquote depression because you're not expressing or, you know, being impressed upon. You are suppressing, and we don't want to suppress, because suppress makes us depressed. Okay. The 3rd house is also in that expansion and abundance and things like that. So having new people come into your community, newborn babies coming into the space right now, new cousins, new siblings, whatever, that is all in alignment with our spiritual experiences, and we move in gratitude. Now, the internal side of the throat chakra is ruled by Gemini energy. This is the intellect, your focus, how fickle you are, how stable you are in the midst of chaos. Like I said, you got to know how to go inward, think about yourself, because there's a whole bunch of little shiny things outside of you that's like, look at here, do this, do that, worry about me, worry about this, worry about that. You know what I'm saying? So as far as Gemini energy on our thought process, we have Jupiter there, you know what I'm saying? We got the expansion, abundance, the joy, the philanthropic energy, the sacral chakra, the wisdom from the oracle and sage happening in that Gemini space of our intellect, of what we're thinking of on the inside, what we're thinking about invoking. Everybody wants a sense of like, dang, I wish my household was like this. Dang, I wish, things were like this maybe next year. Like, you're already talking about how you want to change things, how you want things to move, stuff like that. Remember, Jupiter is in retrograde. So while we're thinking it and stuff like that, don't expect it to come into fruition tomorrow. That's not how it works. So we also have MC line is in Gemini as well, which is cool because the MC line is a line of achievements and success. And all of that is rooted in the Gemini of being. So the goal with Gemini is learning how to be stable amongst all the air energy, finding a sense of stability as well as being adaptable at the same time. That's why they're Gemini twins. You're going to learn how to be balanced between the two faces, all right? And these are the two faces of intellect, I want to know a little bit of everything, but you also need to be a master of something, be a master of one thing and then know a little bit about everything else. What are we supposed to be a master of? Self. Not reading, not writing, not celebrities, not government, not books, not regurgitating shit. Self. You're a master of self. And then you dabble in other shit. Don't do it my way. But for those of you who want to, that's my key card. Now, in our thought process, that's our thought process. Now, in the actual energy exchanges, what we have in Gemini energy is also the 10th house. So, that's where the success is in our energy exchanges, success happening in a community, communication, having the ability to master self, and then dibble dabbling in other things, or being a master of one thing, and then, having a little bit of knowledge of everything helps you network with other people, network with a little bit of everybody everywhere about what you master. I could sit in any room. I done been to many holes in the walls with my affirmation music because I master self. I know how to conduct myself in rooms like this, and I also know how to conduct myself in intentional spiritual rooms, and I'm still going to do my affirmation music in both rooms. And guess what? I get seen, heard, and hugged in both of them. You know what I'm saying? It works for me. If it doesn't work for you, don't call me and say, and please don't leave no Google review, especially if you ain't never leave a good one, and be like, oh my God, Sunshine told me to blah, 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 it didn't work, fuck her. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. You do what works for you. But the whole goal with Gemini energy is to learn how to be a master of something and then know a little bit about everything. Be stable amongst the chaos. Now, spiritually speaking, we have Jupiter in Gemini, so the thought process of having that abundance and expansion in our communities and communication and stuff like that is also a spiritual experience. Eventually, Jupiter will also be entering Gemini on our experiences in the constellation. We will be experiencing that in 2025, which is going to be very, very interesting when we have Jupiter and Gemini across the board, because, all of that optimism and all those things in our community is going to be really, really big, especially when Uranus heads over there as well to be with Jupiter, which is going to happen pretty soon too. It's going to be kind of crazy out here, right? I predict like more acceptance of like telecommunication, whether you get the chip in your body or you start really honing in on your spiritual self. That's been like the big line in the mud. Are we going to go with AI, or are we going to go with nature and learn our magic powers? Like, which one are you? And so, yeah. I don't know about choosing a side, because Gemini twin says do both. You're both twins, so why not have both? So learning how to utilize both and play to both instead of saying, oh, one's good, one evil, because that's what some people said about the Gemini twins. Like, oh, one is rash and da-da-da, and the other one is this, da-da-da. But you're both of them, aren't you? Can't you be rash and violent and fuck some shit up and flip some tables, and then you could be sweet as sugar in the same day, sometimes in the same sentence? Yeah, you can. So you are a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? We all are. So embrace that. And as you embrace that in yourself, You learn how to welcome it when you see it in other people, places, things, situations. Other people, Gemini sides, don't bother you no more. I don't give a fuck about her twerking. She's an awesome mother. I don't give a fuck about him being like that. He's a great community leader. Da 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 da. Not so much I don't give a fuck about that, but I accept both sides of you. How about that? Unconditional love means loving somebody for no reason. I don't love you because you portray yourself to be this awesome one-sided person. I love you because I love you. That's it. So then when I do start to see the Gemini sides or whatever, it doesn't waver my love because I wasn't loving you based upon my image in my head of who you are or who I thought you to be. I love you because I love you. That's it. And once you learn to love yourself like that, you see how necessary it is to show that love to everything around you. Okay? Even when being chastised and disciplined, it's done in love and in hopes of realignment, not so much as punishment and take them to the gallows. You know what I'm saying? It's more so like rehabilitation. We want to love you back to health. We want to love you back into realignment. Something's going on here. We want to fix it with love. Love is the strongest power that we have. I don't know if y'all know that or not, because a lot of people ain't acting like they know that. But Walt Disney knew that shit, and he played on that shit heavy. A lot of people play on that love heavy because they know that's the strongest superpower. You want to make a black woman go blind? Make her feel loved. Even give her the pretend love if you want to pull out your Hollywood wand. Give her the pretend love. These celebrities, they act like they love their fans. That's why these people got rose-colored glasses on. I love them. They love me. You know what I'm saying? It's love. Love is the strongest power. Just like H2O is the strongest physical bond, love is the strongest non-physical. Same shit. Anyway, Jupiter is over there. The ninth house is also still continuing that expansion in our community, our communication, and things like that. Now, the external side of the throat chakra is ruled by Virgo. So while, we're, dealing with all this air energy and intellectual exchange and the fickleness and the wittiness and all community communication, traveling and all that stuff like that, Virgo is actually manifesting and harvesting where the Gemini state is at, okay. That's how Gemini is. Well, Virgo is going to solidify it. It's going to bring it into fruition. Virgo is also mutable because it has to adapt to wherever the Gemini is in the throat chakra of the collective or yourself. You know what I'm saying? So as far as Virgo goes, in our thought process, our ascendant energy, the first house and the 12th house are in Virgo. That's what we have in Virgo in our thought process. Our auric energy, paying attention to the details of things, health, wellness, daily routine, moral and integral code. Not only is it in our thought process, but it's also in our subconscious. We really want to work on these things with ourselves. You guys are creating, what is it, like New Year's resolutions, right? Y'all talking about, I need to go on a diet and I want to go on these trips and I need to work on my business and I'm about to reschedule myself. I need a new job. I'm about to transport myself. You guys are really focusing on your sixth energy. You're working on your Virgo energy. And then Gemini is all over like, what are my options? Where can I go? I can go here. I can go there. I got plan ABC. That's Gemini that's giving you plan ABC. But Virgo is saying, okay, let's try plan A. This is what plan A look like. These are the details. This is how we're going to flow through it. This is how we're going to manifest the harvest in our space. Okay? That's a connection between the above and below, the first house and 12th house. So then when we get into our actual happenings and energy exchanges with the Virgo energy, we have Lilith over there being the rebellious energy. This is the dark side of things. You know what I'm saying? Hey, JJ, what's up with you, beloved? Lilith is the primordial energy, the dark side of self. And so, we started off last year with Lilith and Virgo, which was a big deal. Because Lilith was in Virgo in the tropical, Vedic, and Draconic chart. And that's when we had Cat Williams up there doing the thing. Then we had Keke Palmer over here. Then Ludacris was over there doing some things. We had a lot of Virgo groundbreaking things. And the thing with celebrities, they're stars. They're personifications of what's going on in the above. And we're watching them on these screens. And they're showing us how they're invoked by the stars and stuff like that. So, for some of these, astrologists that focus on celebrities, I kind of wish they would communicate it a little different. But that's neither here nor there because it's still efficient. But they are personifications of the stars, just like we talk about the Orishas and the deities and the gods and the pantheons and all. Those are all personifications of what the stars were doing, what nature is doing, whatever. So that's what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Transformation happened in relationships. law, justice, and truth and righteousness was the theme of the year 8 because the year 8 was brought to us by Mayat 2024. Mayat rules over the twos. Mayat rules over Chesed, the fourth Sephiroth. So, we started the year off right with a Virgo and the Lilith, like, yeah, I'm here to rebel. I'm about to tell you all the business. You know what I'm saying? So that was a heavy energy there too. And just Mercurian flow either way. Gemini energy too. Mercury placement. Everybody just spilling the beans. So yeah, that's Lilith from Virgo type vibe. That's still happening in our energy exchanges. So if you're around a Virgo, they probably tell us some shit, and I will believe them. This is also in the first house. Now in our energy exchanges, Virgo is sitting in the first and second house. So paying attention to these things, the health, wellness, daily routine, moral and integral code, what you listening to, what you speaking on, what you teaching, what you learning. Excuse me. All of these things are not only in our aura, you can feel it off of people, especially for y'all that's trying to create bonds and contracts in business, community, friendship. Y'all want to collectively live off grid, creating a coven. Some of y'all are romantically looking for people and you're like, yo, she's physically attractive. He's physically attractive. Check all the boxes, but it's just something. I can't figure it out what it is. It's energetic. You feel it in their aura. You feel the details in their aura, and it's something different. It's something that's separating. The second house is what you value and what you prioritize. And that's where you're implementing it in those Virgo energies as well. And that's what's happening in your physical self. Now, spiritually, what do we have in Virgo? We have the 12th house. So that 12th house Virgo connection between our thought process is also a spiritual experience. Paying attention to the details of our auras, details to the energy. So it's easy to get caught up in somebody's physical shit. Y'all need to start paying attention to people's spirits and people's energies. And if you don't know how to do that yet, reach out. I do energy awareness coaching, not only being aware of your energy, but as you become more aware of your energy and the different facets and the different cycles they can go through, you start to have more awareness of other people's energies and more acceptance, especially when you're having energy exchanges. So that's what I do. That's what I specialize in. I'm here to help. I don't understand why y'all won't use me. It's annoying. The fuck? Anyway, that's the throat chakra. So now we're coming to the third eye. The third eye is the heaviest chakra because this is the only chakra that's ruled by 2 celestial bodies. Everybody else is only ruled by 1. The third eye chakra is ruled by the sun, the experiences, expression, outward, the appearance that we give off based upon what we think we're supposed to give off. And then you have the moon, which is inward, comfort self, your experience, how you're ingesting things. These are the 2 sides of your third eye, right? So speaking on our thought process, the sun hasn't been Sagittarius. This was according to yesterday when we did the Hump Day reading. But we had the sun in Sagittarius and we had the moon in Leo, right? And both in fire signs, so being motivated. Some of you guys were in really good moods yesterday. I know I was. You guys felt motivated, open. The weather has been really nice. Why? Because the sun and moon are both in fire energy. They want to motivate you. They want to get you going in the experience and in the experience, and how you absorb and in how you express. The sun was in the third house, so it was all about community, communication, coming back to that Gemini energy. The moon was in the 11th house. That's society, another airspace. So we got air and fire. What does air do to fire? It can either blow it out. So that was up to you if you decide to, blow your own fire out. I don't want to be in society because, air deals with intellect, but air also deals with connections with other people. Air is we. We is always air. If you're around an air energy, you have heavy air placements, and you're trying to isolate yourself, no wonder you're miserable. Air is we. Fire is me. So in our experience and experiences, we felt a balance between the we and the me. Okay. Now, as far as supporting placements in our thought process, supporting the sun, our experiences, we talked about the Mercury because it is in Sagittarius. It's all in our sacral chakra. We talked about the 4th house already in our sacral chakra. And then if you didn't, go back to yesterday's video because I talked about the root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus chakra heavy there. And then the moon is in Leo. The moon is actually in the sun's home place. So we have the moon sitting over there and being supported by Mars, our motivation, our triggers, more fire energy, what gets you going, how you're enforcing things in your space. And then you also have the 11th house there, which is society, wanting to be in society, electronic communication, fired up. Some of y'all probably was going in yesterday. I think I did really a lot of status. I was going heavy. I got 2 Facebook pages. You know what I'm saying? I got a little personal joints. When I'm going through stuff, I go on that joint. But too many people starting to follow me on that page. I don't like that. But but I was going in a little bit. But some of you guys might felt mad, motivated to be around. I want to go outside. I want to do something. I need to go somewhere. I need to talk to somebody. I just feel real motivated to do that, and that's cool. That was the alignment of the me and we. You know what I'm saying? With the air in the air houses of 3 and 11, which is the Gemini Aquarius house. And then in our actual happenings, energy exchange, because all of that was in our mindset of tropical. In our happenings, we had the sun being in Sagittarius, so giving us those fired up experiences, being optimistic and all that fun stuff in the third house with our community and communication. And then the moon was like, nah, I'm gonna nurture y'all in my home space. The moon was in water. Fire and water are actually ops of each other. So you have water, the moon was in its home space of Cancer, being nurturing and stuff like that. So some of you guys did choose to go inward. Some of you guys chose to be like, nah, fuck all that fire that's going on in my mind. I'm gonna sit in the crib. You know what I'm saying? But even then, sitting in the crib, you still are in the house of we, being in the 11th house. So you may still have been dealing with, socializing in some type of way, but wanting to do that in the more so in the comfort of your space. You wanted to be somewhere where you felt like you belonged and you were comfortable, and hopefully you did that. You know what I'm saying? The sun being in Sagittarius, which we talked about in the sacral chakra, is supported by the 4th house of home and family and being nurtured. So we definitely want to nurture our optimistic, out in the open, being joyous, sensual. Some of y'all was mad horny. We don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? Experiences. And then the moon, it being in Cancer, was supported by Mars, our motivational energy, our ambition. So a lot of us really did want to be, in our intuition. I told y'all yesterday is Wednesday. That's the day of leg wise shoe. So it's a great day to go into mediumistic trance, do some meditation, have some conversations with spirit, stuff like that. So that may have been like a, motivation to do that, to have those conversations, wanting to, be around maternal energy, feminine energy, heavy there too. Getting maternal advice, heavy there too. The 11th house was also in Cancer. So, society, it is, craving that nurturing energy. I'm gonna start getting into current events again like I used to. I've been inward the last couple years. Something about getting hit by a car was like, yeah, let me go inward and focus on myself. Fuck what y'all talking about on TV all day. On the Draconic chart, our spiritual experiences, we talked about spiritual experiences being in alignment with our thought process. The sun is in Sagittarius, on the tropical, Vedic, and Draconic. So we're in alignment on mind, body, and soul until tomorrow. Tomorrow, the sun will enter Capricorn zodiac. So then we'll have that happening. But right now, on this day, right now in this moment, we are still in Sagittarius on mind, body, and soul. So, and we have that being supported on our spirit self by our community. You know what I'm saying? So being optimistic and expanded is, we here for it. Gang, gang. And now the moon, oh yeah, the sun is also being supported by Mercury as well, invoking things in our space, which is also, in our thought process. So as you speaking that utopia, that philanthropic energy, this is why I said like our spirit, our diviners and our manifestors and those kind of people, yeah, I really wish I would come together, hold hands, and collectively like do a rain dance for the kind of life. Because like, I don't understand why y'all won't do it. Why is it just like, why do we have to sit on our platforms by ourselves? It should be like, yo, all the people that I follow, and then on top of people they follow that I don't follow and stuff like that, you got a few thousand people that could be able to easily come together, hold hands, put our magic together, and get shit popping. I don't understand why we won't do it. It's so frustrating. Y'all want to be lone wolves so bad. Like, who or what glamorized the lone wolf mentality? Was that like some samurai shit? Because that's what I think of. I think of the lone cub wolf samurai. I'm a loner, like Midwest, I'm a loner. Like, bro, what? If you don't come together with the people, get out of your ass. You a good person. Are you a good person around people? Otherwise, who cares? It's easy to be a good person by yourself. You selfish as hell. Get out of that me. Come into a we. Stop playing. We're all connected, whether you like it or not. You could be physically separated from everybody, but guess what? You can't make certain moves you want to move. You can't go in society, do whatever. Like, you still get affected by the collective energy. So, like, why? Stop. Why? And I was watching a live earlier, and they were like, in the year 9, thinking that you can crawl under a rock is wild, because On none of the numbers, and I can't wait to do the year of 9 with you guys. On none of the numbers will you be able to seclude yourself. Because 9 is the number of Sagittarius. 9 is the philanthropic person. 9 requires we. There's no such thing as a me in Sagittarius. Like, I know Sagittarius fire, so it's me in a sense, but that me is imbalanced. Just like Leo me is imbalanced. Just like Aries me is imbalanced. You know what I'm saying? We experience a lot of imbalance, Aries, Mars, Ogun energy, because look at the military, look at the war, look at the policing. It's always me, me, me. I gotta go home to my family. I'm just doing my job. You know what I'm saying? And look at the kind of world that it leads to with that me. So for fire to go into a we means a lot. So you going into a me in a year of 9, baby. Baby. Is that it? Okay, you had your opportunity to go inward and be by yourself in the year of 7. Hey, soul snatcher, what's up with you? That's when you should have went inward in the year of 7. Now, when we go back to the year of 1 and we have the new beginnings, then you may have some space. But this year coming up, no, you don't. Stand on your post. It's going to be a lot of awakenings happening because 9 is also Jupiter. That's the wisdom and the oracle. That's the wisdom from the oracles and the sages. That means a lot of people that are not on this level right now are going to get like a hard knock on the back of their head. If you not standing on your post to guide these people, all these sleepwalking people wake up at the same time and you not doing what you want to do because you over there on some me, I'm a lone wolf, fuck what y'all talking about. Bro, baby, that equal opposite energy gonna eat you up. Go ahead and let your spirit guides and your guardian angels see you being selfish like they ain't been guiding you this whole time. Okay. Jupiter is fun and all till you piss Jupiter off and then get that ass smacked, okay? Jupiter all fun and games until, y'all start playing. Hey you, what's up with you? So yeah, dang. In a spiritual experience, the sun is a Sagittarius, the moon is in Leo. We talked about the moon being in Leo, and then Mars is in Leo, supporting, giving us that motivation, and that's all in the 10th house. That's the house of success and achievements, allowing your spirit, allowing your motivation, go to your intuition, and you absorbing that towards your mental moon. Okay, and then you absorb that to your mental moon, and your energy exchanges. The 12th house is actually in Leo, so it's going to come out in your subconscious in your dreams. So pay attention to y'all dreams. Y'all can invoke things in your dreams if you have intentions before you go to bed. When you go to sleep, like, you can direct where you go. Are you going to do that the first night you try it? No. You got to do it a few times. Now, some of y'all are very powerful, or some of y'all have some people on the other side that really want to talk to y'all, so they waiting. So for some of y'all, yeah, if you do it when you do it on the first time, yeah, people gonna jump at you like, bro, we've been talking about it for years, what the hell? But then some of y'all have to do it a few times, or sometimes you only get that one good one, and then after that, you're gonna have to put some work in and practice. They just had some messages waiting for you at the door. You know what I'm saying? So that is, when you get to the crown chakra is not ruled by anything, because the crown chakra is like the gateway between your lower chakras and your next, echelon, your non-physical sephiros or whatever. So that's it. That my bad, that wasn't it. Okay, so no, that's it. That's what I got for y'all today. Those are the 7 chakras. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I really missed y'all. I haven't done this in like over a month. Does it feel like it to you? Because it felt like it to me. I really missed y'all, but I did have to go inward, and I do appreciate my little 30 days of solitude. I really like paying attention, because 11/11 was a wild space for me. For those of y'all that don't know, my house caught on fire, and I've been displaced ever since. I've just been moving around, but on some, honesty, it was something that happened that opened me up to being able to embark on certain opportunities that I was trying to manifest. And so, I'm sad that it happened. I'm sad that it's affecting my family, because I lived there with my siblings and my mother. I was literally living in my Gemini house. You know what I'm saying? I was living in a Gemini house. And, everybody's being affected in their own way, but we're figuring it out. It was a new beginning that we all needed, that we all were meditating on. We just didn't think it was going to happen in that way. You know what I'm saying? So here we are now, and we're still, you know, sitting in the residue of some of the things, and you know, we're going through our spiritual lessons. How we're going through it. You know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my experiences personally thus far, and a lot of it has been inward. It hasn't been too much outward. I'm just now starting to go outward. A lot of my shit has been in my head. And I'm grateful that I was able to have that for 30 days. I'm super grateful that I was allowed to be in my head for 30 days and just have a tighten up on my relationship with myself real quick before I can go outward and start smiling at you guys and being back on my music shit and all that fun stuff. So we love it here. I'm moving so much gratitude, and I'm so grateful for everybody that tapped in. I'm grateful for everybody that was like, you know, contributing in the chat. You guys are awesome. Shouts to Philly Zoe. I really appreciate you coming in. Naga, I appreciate you always for tapping and for finding space in your space to come in. Yeah, that's what I got for y'all. So I will see y'all tomorrow if y'all come in. We will be reading chapter 5 of the perfection track that I've been reading, and then I also will be going over the placements during the winter solstice so that you guys can go into the solstice with that level of outward, inward. Please come through with your transit astrology charts. Come through with your questions if you want to know about the synastry of the transit chart with um of your progressive chart with the current planets during the solstice. I love questions. I love it. I love the feedback. You know, or if you just want to state like, hey, my planet is over here and I know that means this and this and this and this. Like I love that. So like I'm here for it, you know. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Peace, peace, y'all. Ashe.